What's up, gang? It's Willie Rebuild, baby, back with another one. Yes, sir. Today, I want to talk about the old hard top. Should I take out this dependable and reliable 305 and do a budget swap? Should I do a budget swap, gang? Y'all let me know, gang. As y'all know, when I brought this 6.0, it was a short block. No heads, just the bottom end with the pistons, rods, crank, all that out the junkyard, out of 2,500. It had about 300,000 miles on it, but as far as I could see, everything looked good, besides the cam. When I pulled the cam out, the cam had a worn load. So the truck was wrecked, but I guess they was driving it down one cylinder, because when I opened the engine up, one piston was real clean. That's because the injector was still spraying, but that cylinder wasn't getting adequate fire. It wasn't working. It was down the cylinder because of the lifter situation. So what I got over here is I got a used 6.0 cam that come out of another 300,000 mile motor. I got a set of used lifters that come out of another 300,000 mile motor. I got some used push rods that come out of 100 and something thousand mile motor. And in this box here, I got a brand new milling oil pump. I mean, I can put that back in this engine, put all that in this engine, and do a budget build, because I think that's what y'all like to see. Cheap stuff. I'ma still build a full weight. If I do the budget build, I guess I'll just pull this engine out of there. Once I do that, get ready to build a stroker, I'll get me another short block and another set of heads. That's no big deal. Matter of fact, I already got another engine sitting up out of town, and when I go down there, I'll pick that up and bring it back. Because I don't know, man. The other day, I was talking to a guy, and I showed him this shit and told him, you know, I could do a swap for you, bro, or whatever. And when I showed him the pictures of some of my swaps, he was like, oh, nah, man, I can't mess with that. That's some high dollar shit. So I don't know, maybe my swap intimidating. Maybe I need to do some budget shit. Not for y'all, for me. Because I can't stand behind 300,000 mile ports. I'm not doing a swap for a customer like this. Either you gonna do it right or you ain't gonna do it at all. If I do this shit here, I can't stand behind the motor, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to do it. So the decision is up to y'all. Should I buy a cam kit? A budget cam kit? Not no cheap $100 fake cam kit. I mean, like a small cam kit, like a Chopper Cobra cam, some LS6 springs, buy new lifters, new push rods. Just the kit gonna come with everything, about $400. Springs, cam, seals, push rods, and then buy a set of new lifters. Or should I go and put this used shit in my motor and see what happens? Y'all get in the comments and let me know what I should do. For y'all, if y'all tried this, it probably wouldn't be much of a budget, because some of these parts, I got them for cheap from Summit, and some of them I bought them used. Like this bracket, It's a $39 bracket. I bought that new off of eBay. This ICT billet AC compressor bracket, I bought it new but used. The guy, he just used it to mock it up on his engine. But I only paid 140 bucks for it. These hooker headers, I got them from Summit, from the scratch and dent section. And I paid $240 for them. These mounts, I got them from a guy, like I say, new but used. He brought them to put them on the engine, a donk or something, and they didn't fit. So I brought those mounts for 100 bucks. And he also gave me these setback mounts as well for the $100. He just threw those in because he couldn't use them. So some of these parts won't be much of a budget for you. If you try to do this, it'll be a budget for me because I got them for a deal. These headers right now, you can't even buy them no more. And if you do find somebody selling them, they're gonna want about $600-700 for those mid-link headers. What else? All pan. That's I think I paid like $180 for the all pan. This is an eBay all pan. I mean, when I get ready to build a stroker, I won't be able to use that all pan because it's too shallow for a 4-inch crank. So y'all let me know what y'all think about the budget build. I got a transmission, but I'm a build a transmission because it's the same transmission I'm gonna put behind the stroker. So I mean, I'm not gonna, if I do it, if that's something y'all want to see, I'm not just gonna cheap out on certain shit because I'm gonna be doing something different down the line. And also, like I say, my car is reliable the way it is now. So I'm not just gonna use the cheapest of parts to make content because I actually drive this car a lot and I drive it long distance. So I don't want to just cheap out on all the parts. But y'all get in the comments and let me know, should I do the budget build? Now as for the Monte Carlo at the shop, we getting ready to go over there to the shop in a minute, and I'll give y'all a rundown on what's going on with the Monte Carlo. And we probably do some work on it later in the video as well. So I'm gonna cut y'all off and cut y'all back on when I get to the shop, gang. All right, gang, it's Willie Rebuild, baby. I'm back over here in the shop, Area 51. Couple of guys asked me what's going on with the Monte Carlo. I mean, at the moment, as you can see, it's just a shop ornament. No work being done. I done did all I can do. I mean, I'm still missing headers, spark plugs, wires, injectors. ECU is not tuned. Radiator, condenser, fans, AC compressor, dry shaft, cold air intake, serpentine belt. I mean, ain't nothing I can really do right now, gang. I'm just waiting on the customer to come through on his end with the parts. One thing I can say, because a lot of guys, they talk about the shop. When you go to a shop, when you're doing any kind of business with an individual, one hand wash the other. Meaning, you gotta hold up your end of the bargain. You gotta respect the other individual. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all it is to it, gang. Like, once you agree, Willie Rebuild the type of person that once he give you his word on something, Come hell or high water, I'ma deliver every time. So the only thing I got to say is some of the guys be messaging me about doing swaps. If you ever do business with Willie Rebuild, the only thing that I ask is for you to respect my time, respect my craft. The same way you got a family to feed, I got a family to feed. I don't do this for fun. This is a business. This part of my business. I got other things that I do too. So this is part of my business. But I just ask the next man to respect my time the way you want people to respect your time. If you do business with Willie Rebuild, whatever we agree upon, hold your end of the bargain down. That's all I ask. Other than that, pay me my money. That's it. Hold your end of the bargain down. And when I call you and tell you, hey man, everything done, just bring the money. And other than that, after that, I mean, there's nothing else left. Is really nothing to update on. Y'all see me, what I did. I wired the car up. I wired the fuel tank up. I gotta hook the vent valve up on the fuel tank. But other than that, the only thing I done since then was I installed this bracket. This come off of my engine. This come off of my engine in the garage. Installed this bracket. Installed this throttle cable. For all y'all that want to know, that come off a 2000 Blazer. It's a direct fit. You ain't got to cut nothing. You ain't got to modify nothing. It's a direct fit. I installed the computer tray. Same thing. Come off a 2000 Blazer. That's what I mount my ECU in. You ain't got to really modify nothing. I mean, if you want to trim it and make it sit a certain type of way or whatever, you can do that and just screw it down with some self-tapping screws. But other than that, there's nothing else I can do. I got to go get a alternator wire, hot power wire to run from the alternator to the battery. And I mean, after that, that's all I can do, gang. Talked to the customer this morning. He said he was gonna pull up with the parts. As you can see, it's nighttime. Another thing too, in this spot, I don't have a lot of space. So the only place that I can really park is in between those doors, because those doors is somebody else's shop. And even then, I'm kind of being cheeky because I'm taking up somebody else's space. So this morning when I came here, they had a sticker on Money Mike car, the Buick Riviera, because it was parked over there. And the landlord, they don't want the cars being just left there. Like, you know, if we need to park over there for a day or two, it'd probably be fine. But just leaving them over there, we can't do that. So that's why y'all see the Buick Riviera in front of the door. I cleaned the shop out a little bit, and I told Money Mike he need to come over here, get his motor in his car, so he can get his car up and running so it could be able to move around. With that being said, this car is now stuck in this spot. It don't run. Most of the time when I come here and work, I'm by myself. So I can't really push a car around. That's what I told Money Mike. That's why we had his car parked over there, because when it was in front of the door, when I come to work, I would have to push it back and forward, and then the wheels started locking up so the car wouldn't roll. So we just left it over there. It been sitting over there like a year and something until the day they put a stick on it. So we had to move it. With all that being said, gang, time is money. When you go to these shops, you go to these guys, you can't go to these guys with a project. It don't work like that. You gotta work on your project at your house. Like y'all see rat nests in my garage, that's a project. I can't bring that to nobody. I can't bring rat nests to an interior shop and bring them $50 a week, or a month, or every 2 weeks until the car is done. Nah, once the shop call and tell me they ready for my car, he ready to knock that shit out and on to the next. So you can't bring a project to somebody's shop. When you bring a car to a shop, you gotta be ready to get it done and done right now. Not next week, not tomorrow, not none of that. So that's what's going on with the Monte Carlo. It's not Willie Rebuild. One thing about Willie Rebuild, the customer can never get on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram and say he brought a call to me and I was bullshitting. Because once you bring me that call and you put your money in my hand, it's game time, baby. I'm ready to play. So keep that in mind. When you go to the shop, you can't bring a project. Save your money, have your money ready. Whatever they asking, whatever your obligation is, take care of your end of the deal. And then let the shop do their end of the deal. And the business will go a lot smoother, gang. It's Willie Rebuild with slow motion on the Monte Carlo, but I guess I'm gonna figure something else out because I gotta move around and take care of my other customers. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's Willie Rebuild, baby. Over and out.